All right, students, today we're going to talk about how to properly email a teacher. It's super important for you guys to practice proper email etiquette and to just be professional in general when emailing a teacher. So let's go through some different ways that you can do this today. Hopefully, you just brainstormed some to-dos and some not to-dos when it comes to emailing a teacher. I'm going to show you two examples now, one bad and one good, so that we can take a little bit closer look at what exactly proper email etiquette looks like and how to be professional when communicating with teachers. Here's our first email. This is a bad example. Hopefully you can tell that nearly right away. There are quite a few issues with this email, so let's go through them together. Hopefully you're noticing them, and hopefully these are some things that you guys came up with as not to do. One thing that they are missing is a subject here. You want to make sure that you have a subject when emailing a teacher so that they know exactly what this email is in regards to. Additionally, unfortunately, this student didn't even communicate who they are. Since they used their personal email instead of a GCISD email, I don't even know who this student is. I don't recognize this picture, and it's really not very professional. So I'm going to need a little bit more information about this student in order to even help them. I don't even know what class they're in of mine. Here's their message. It says, "Hey, what is the homework for tonight? I don't know where it is. Send it to me ASAP." I don't see a please or thank you in there. You definitely want to remember doing that whenever you're emailing anyone. Additionally, this is not really even incomplete sentences. They don't greet the teacher nor sign their name. You just want to make sure that you're being polite in general, right? I know your parents raised you to do that. What's the homework for tonight? A valid question to ask your teacher. However, they don't really indicate what steps they've already taken to try and find that homework. So this really kind of leads the teacher on a wild goose chase to figure out how to help this student. We need a little bit more information. I don't know where it is. Send it to me ASAP. You probably never want to ask people to do something ASAP, especially when you're emailing them, because it's kind of disrespectful of their time. So overall, the student is just kind of lacking in information that they've given to the teacher. It reads as very unprofessional. It's not grammatically correct. The one good thing that they did do is that they sent it in a timely fashion, right? If you send something at 4:45 p.m., your teacher will still have time to help you. But I want you to take a look at this and think, if you were a teacher receiving this email, what would your perception of this student be? Would it be a positive one? And is this the kind of perception that you want your teachers to have of you? Hopefully not. Let's look at a good example now. Here's a wonderful example that is really just communicating exactly what they need and is concise and is professional and polite. So here, right when I click on this email, I see that there is a subject, English 2 pre-AP homework. I know exactly what class they're going to be referencing and what help they need. This student chose to use their GCISD email address, so I know exactly which student this is as well. This is my dear student, Taylor Swift. She also has a nice professional picture, so I can tell really who this student is, and she signed her name. She greets me, "Hi, Miss Ellis," very polite. "Could you please help me access the homework for tonight? I looked on your website under resources but couldn't find it. Thanks for your help, Taylor Swift." I really like the manners that she's using here. Please and thank you. That's always good to remember when emailing someone. Additionally, she's very specific about what she's already done to try and figure out this problem on her own. "I looked on your website under resources but couldn't find it." This tells me exactly what the issue is that she's having. It's not just that she can't find the homework, but it's that she's looking in the wrong place. I now know exactly how to email the student back to help her and to be most efficient. The one issue that Taylor is having, she's sending this a little bit late. Sending emails to your teachers asking for help after, teacher bedtime is probably not a good idea. They probably won't get back to you in time for the next day of school. So you want to make sure that you are getting onto your homework at an early time, at least checking it out and making sure that if you have any questions, you can get help in a timely fashion. Hopefully, again, these are things that you guys listed as things to do when emailing a teacher. Put yourself back in that teacher's shoes. Imagine this is the email that you're now receiving, asking for help. Do you think you're going to be more likely to want to help this student? Do you think that your perception of this student would maybe be a little bit more positive? The communication here is much, much stronger. So I want you to consider that when emailing your teachers in the future. Remember that the way that you communicate with your teachers in a professional, appropriate, and kind and way is really a reflection of your character And it's important to establish a good rapport with your teachers by being professional and communicating with them clearly. Now you're going to practice doing this. Mrs. Folger is going to give you some more instructions. I hope that this helps, and I look forward to receiving some emails from you guys.